So today I have two phones. One is the Poco F1 running on a custom ROM, and the other is the Poco F4 running on GSI. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through how to root any custom ROM and GSI. Let's start this video by downloading some essential tools to root these devices. First, download and set up platform tools from the Android developer's website. This toolkit allows your PC to communicate with your phone. You'll also need to install the official Android USB drivers so your computer can properly recognize the phone in ADB and fastboot modes. Next up, download Magisk from its official website. Always go with the production version of Magisk, not the debug version. And that's all you need for rooting a custom ROM. The next part is specifically for GSI. You'll need to download your phone's official firmware. Since I'm using a Xiaomi phone in this video, I'm downloading my firmware from the Xiaomi firmware updater site. Here's something important. Always download the firmware that matches the version your phone was on before you installed GSI. So if your phone was running Android 14 before installing GSI, you need to download that same version. Also, make sure to select the correct region, whether it's the Chinese variant, global, or another region. I've already downloaded my phone's firmware. Similarly, you can find firmware for other brands as well. Samsung firmware is available on the SamFW site, while Moto and Lenovo firmware can be found on Lolanet. You'll always find firmware for pretty much any phone out there. But here's the key: always download the fastboot firmware. Alright, so now I have all the required files downloaded. Magisk, platform tools, firmware for GSI, and USB drivers for ADB and fastboot. First things first, extract the USB drivers archive. Once you've extracted it, you'll see several files. Right-click on the WinUSB file and select the Install option. After the USB drivers are installed, extract the Platform Tools archive. Navigate to the Platform Tools folder and type CMD in the address bar. This will open up a command prompt window. Now let's start by rooting the custom ROM phone. Connect it to your PC using a USB cable and enable USB debugging from Developer Options. Head over to Settings, then About Phone. Tap on Build number several times until it enables Developer Options. Now hit the back button, go to System in the Settings menu, then navigate to Developer Options. You'll find USB debugging there, just toggle it on. Once USB debugging is enabled, type ADB devices in the command prompt. A USB debugging authorization dialog will pop up on your phone, so go ahead and allow it. Once that's done, reboot your device into recovery mode by typing ADB reboot recovery. I'm assuming that since you're using a custom ROM, you're already familiar with custom recovery, and it's already installed on your phone. Once you're in custom recovery, it doesn't matter which one you're using, whether that's TWRP, OrangeFox, or any other. Every custom recovery has ADB sideload functionality built in. Just enable ADB sideload. Now in your command prompt, type ADB sideload, then drag and drop the Magisk APK file. That's right, Magisk APK is actually dynamic. It can be installed as an app or flashed as a zip file. Once the sideload process completes, reboot your phone. You'll now see a Magisk app placeholder. Open it up and it'll automatically download a fresh copy of Magisk from the server. Open Magisk one more time. If it prompts you for additional setup, just go ahead and complete it. This will reboot your device. After the reboot, open Magisk again. Congratulations, you've successfully rooted your custom ROM. Now let's move on to GSI. Enable USB debugging on this phone as well and connect it to your PC with a USB cable. Remember that firmware we downloaded for GSI rooting? Go ahead and extract it. After that, look for either the boot image or init boot image. Some phones use the init boot image, while others use a regular boot image file. If you have an init boot image, copy that one. If not, proceed with the boot image like I'm doing here. My device only has a boot image file. Copy it to any folder you like. Now we need to transfer both this boot image file and the Magisk app to your phone. I'm using ADB to transfer mine, but feel free to use whatever method works best for you. Alright, so I've transferred the boot image file to the phone and installed the Magisk app. Now open the Magisk app, tap on the Install button, then select the Select and Patch a File option and choose the boot image. Once that's done, Magisk will patch the file and create a new patched boot image. You can see it's now saved in the phone's download folder. Now transfer this patched file back to your PC. As you can see, I've successfully transferred the patched boot image file to my PC. Now open the command prompt again and reboot your phone into bootloader mode using the command ADB reboot bootloader. Once you're in the bootloader, verify the connection by typing fast boot devices. With your device now connected in fast boot mode, we need to check your phone's slot count using this command. Fastboot get var all. This command will display all of your phone's information, but we specifically need to check the slot count. As you can see here, this device has 2 slots, which means we need to flash the boot image to both slots. So now we know we need to flash the boot image to both slot A and slot B. If you're using an init boot image instead, please refer to the documentation I'm showing and flash according to your specific device. Read through it carefully, and if you're still confused, drop a comment below and I'll help you out. Alright, let's get back to it and flash the boot image to both slots A and B. Type fastboot flashboot _A, then drag and drop your patched boot image file. Once that's done, run the same command for slot B, fastboot flashboot _B, and use the same patched boot image file. Once both slots have been flashed, reboot your device. Open the Magisk app and congratulations, you've successfully rooted your GSI. So that's it for this video. We've successfully rooted both a custom ROM and a GSI build. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. It really means a lot to me. I've also made videos on how to root your phone without a PC and how to use kernel SU to hide root access from banking apps. Be sure to check them out. I've added the links in the description below. See you in the next video.